Hi, Cassie.
Hi, Caitlin.
This is P&W Haunts and Homicides.
Hey, creepy people.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Yeah.
That was a weird head thing that I just did.
I liked it.
I don't know what possessed me.
Oh, possessed, you say?
Oops. Is that Ouija board demon again? It's just popping up all over the place.
Yeah. Or maybe something else, like your source material.
That could also, yeah, we did just finish all of the hauntings and ghosty things.
Oh, I'm
obviously, because that's what I deal with.
Oh, bless you. Oh, my goodness. Okay. No, I was actually thinking about the source material for today's episode.
Oh, for today. But I didn't do the research. That was your research. Yeah, today's a very interesting, special episode that we never thought we were going to do.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Hold on. That was a Jeopardy question the other night. What were Matthew McConaughey's first 3 words he ever said on screen in Dazed and Confused? And I got so fucking excited and pumped because I was like, I know that. And I did a TikTok about it. Coming soon. Oh my God.
Coming soon. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
So,
I like it.
I'll get that one out there because it's fun. Okay. Moving along.
Love it. Well, here we go, I guess. Ted Bundy's birth name, Theodore Robert Cowell. He was born in Burlington, Vermont on November 24th, 1946 at 10:35 p.m.
Well, that was very specific of you, Caitlin.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know his birth sign?
Well, it's funny that you should ask because April Fools!
Are we not actually covering Ted Bundy today?
We are not. No, we are not really covering Teddy Boi's crimes today. But we are going to talk about some fun things in his birth chart, courtesy of our lovely birth chartress, Cassie.
Oh. This is so cool. I'm really, really excited about this.
I know. I'm like, I want to be doing some more birth charts.
Everyone's immediately going to go do their birth chart after this. I guarantee it.
Yeah. I've done it as well. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have too. Sometimes it tells you things that you don't want to know about yourself, but you're like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Like, please, just stop.
I know.
Okay? Just stop. Oh my gosh.
Well, in case you're not sure what a birth chart is, I'm going to tell you. So a birth chart is a chart of the exact location of the sun, the moon, and all the planets at the time you were born. So the goal is to see where the sun, the moon, all the planets fall in the zodiac chart. And it also charts your rising or ascendant sign. And that is a zodiac sign that was on the eastern horizon when you were born.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're learning.
Yeah, I learned a lot. And it totally goes through and describes all these things too. So I think a lot of people would learn a lot from this.
Yeah.
The theory of knowing all the specific placements of these planets and stuff, according to the zodiac sign, is to actually know what your personality is. It's like a snapshot of the exact moment you were born, and it gives you all of these personality traits.
Yeah. So
it's kind of interesting.
This will be a really short episode because it'll just say hot, nasty, garbage juice for Ted, right?
Yep, that's all it says.
Oh my gosh.
So we used astrologycafe.com to do this birth chart. I almost said birch charth.
Whatever.
birth chart.
Close enough.
So they have you enter your place, date, and exact time of birth to get all of the positions of the planets and the moon and the sun, the exact moment you were born. So like your sun sign is when everyone asks you like, what's your sign? And you go, I'm a Cancer and Caitlin's a Leo. That's your sun sign. But the moon, rising sign, and all of the other planets play a role in your personality as well. So just knowing your sun sign is a very narrow view of who a person is. That's why I think when you're going and reading like horoscopes and stuff, maybe they only tell you stuff about the sun sign, but that's not actually all of it. You'll have aspects of the other signs in your personality as well.
Makes sense.
Okay, so it's important to know your exact time of birth to find out your rising sign, as well as the positions of all of the planets in all the houses in your chart. We'll go over that in a minute. The moon sign might also not be exactly known because the moon changes signs about every 2 to 2.5 days.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty fast.
I mean, yeah, makes sense, I guess, but... Oof.
Yeah. So if you know your time of birth, these charts are like extremely detailed. And if you don't know your time of birth too, like they're still pretty detailed. You can still find out a lot of info, but it's not going to be as detailed.
Okay.
So we're not really going to get into like what all the houses and stuff mean. It's just too much. This episode would be too long. Like maybe future we'll do like a special episode on that kind of stuff. And I think they do a good job of explaining kind of what everything means in the chart with the descriptions from Astrology Cafe. So if you're confused about like houses and cusps and aspects and orb values and nodes,
oh my gosh,
like me, you don't really need to know what all of those things mean. They'll explain it like as you're reading through the chart descriptions. So we're also not going to read Ted Bundy's whole entire chart today. We just some highlights because it's really long. And when I say highlights, I had a really hard time like editing.
Yeah.
So this is also pretty long, but just know that like it's going to be longer if you go and read his chart, which we'll link for you guys, obviously. So also keep in mind that these charts don't take things like mental illness or how someone has been raised, if they were raised really poorly or abused. They don't take any of that into consideration. So this is kind of just like a baseline personality assessment. So it's not going to be like Ted Bundy was a murderer. Like that's it's
what?
Not going to say. Yeah, it's not going to say that in your birth chart. So
okay, I mean, I guess we can still read it, but
I know it's still really interesting.
Oh boy. Is it ever? Okay. So we're going to read all of the descriptions straight from the chart that Astrology Cafe website made us when we plugged in Bundy's info. So Teddy's sun sign is Sagittarius. I don't really know a whole lot of y'all, so
you're gonna find out.
Yeah, I mean, he represents a group of people that probably are like, yikes, no thank you.
Sorry, all Sagittarius is out there. You're not Ted Bundy, we know.
Yeah. We're sure the rest of you are totally awesome.
Yeah. I mean, the descriptions do sound pretty pleasant for a Sagittarius. So.
Yes, shockingly so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, description of Sagittarius: restless, cheerful, and friendly. Sun and Sagittarius people are generally on the go. Like maybe out a window of a library.
Just you wait.
They have a love of freedom and a disdain for routine. Generally quite easygoing, Sagittarians make friends with people from all walks of life. Well, sure. Equal opportunity when it comes to your victims. Yeah. They love to laugh and tease and get along well with both sexes. Sagittarians, yeah, Sagittarians have an often blind faith in people and in the world. Their optimism is infectious, although it can get them into trouble from time to time. Like maybe when they think they won't get caught.
Right. Exactly.
These are curious people who love to learn. Their idealistic nature is hard to miss. Although generally easygoing, Sagittarius is a fire sign. Whoa, fighting words. This gives natives a generally quick temper. Huh, you don't say.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they're usually as quick to forget what got them angry in the first place.
See,
Wow.
I don't know if I fully agree with that with Bundy. I mean, I guess he did have he had like a temper, right?
Yes.
But it seemed like he might have held on to some of his anger and didn't let it go.
I mean, I think once the deed was done, for the most part.
Ooh, okay, looking at it that way.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking of like the anger and like resentment from like childhood. Like,
there is some of that.
Yeah, not letting that go, but the way you just put it,
Yikes.
I get it.
The need for escape is generally strong. Again, I say, like perhaps out a library window.
I blew my fucking mind when it said escape. I was like, no way.
Oh, God.
Isn't that crazy?
It's bonkers. And some solar Sagittarians come across as a little irresponsible. Huh. Like, okay, well, there's some other... Okay. Short description. Short description. He is good, idealistic, enthusiastic, and warm-hearted. He is independent, having a taste for travel and freedom. Like maybe when he killed people from Colorado all the way to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. He is curious and fair-minded. Possible issues.
Possible.
He is too adventurous and may leave things to chance. May take risks, which cause problems. He is rebellious and sometimes tactless when offering opinions, like when he represents himself in court.
Yeah. Just a little
Hashtag
tactless.
Hashtag not a lawyer.
Yeah, then it was talking about like he liked to learn and stuff too earlier, and I was like, yeah, he was
He wanted to learn, but he
learned.
didn't want to take the LSAT.
Yeah,
am I right? I mean, I get it. Samesies, but Sagittarius with ascendant Leo. Okay, well
you're not Ted Bundy. It doesn't take into account mental illness or how you were raised.
Okay. You invest much of your pride and energy into your personal and private life, your home and your family. Totally tracks. Privacy is important to you, probably because you have things to hide.
Uh-huh.
You are naturally protective of your family, including your heritage, Cassie, and of your personal life. The heritage thing. Oh, that gets me. But yes, he was definitely very protective. If you've read the books written by his longtime girlfriend with her daughter's help. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Ooh, I know you'd have a little more insight into some of the details because you've read about it more than I have.
This is alarming. Okay, continuing. Because your ego and your mind are usually on the same page, you possess much mental energy. You are always in a position to think about what you want, and in many ways, this is an interruption of the will. You are highly intelligent with a great drive to communicate with others. He was also an active, campaign representative.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I forgot about that.
So gross.
You guys, it literally blows my mind the whole time. I can't get over it.
Okay. Oh my fucking Christ on a crutch. You invest a lot of pride in your intellectual capacities.
How do our faces look? Like,
it may be slightly misplaced, I would say, in his case, but you may not always listen as well as you speak. You might be too busy thinking about what to say next, again, in court. Okay.
Yeah, it's just Bundy. Like, this is Ted Bundy. It's the weirdest thing.
I hate it. As far as studying or learning goes, you are better off reading the material than listening to a teacher. Sounds like a college dropout to me.
Self-taught.
These traits come from a strong need to take an active role in communications.
It just keeps getting better and better.
I just, like, politically active. He played such a huge role in his own trial. Like, it is very hard for you to passively listen and absorb information.
Like, he couldn't just sit there and be in court without being the one in control and the one talking.
Teddy
Teddy
pipe
Boi.
down. Your opinions are usually strong and you are an independent thinker. You tend to be proud of your opinions and thoughts and might easily get a bruised ego if you are not heard.
Right?
If your opinions are pushed aside or ignored, or your opinions are criticized. Oh my God. Well, I have better opinions.
Right? Don't tell him that. He'll get annoyed.
You are expressive and possibly a very animated speaker. You don't say. You are also very witty, and others enjoy your playful and sometimes mischievous sense of humor. I can't.
Isn't this nuts?
Oh my God. I'm thinking of a very specific interaction that he had with his girlfriend's daughter where she literally thought that he might have been, like, in the moment trying to decide whether or not he could get away with drowning her. I believe it was like they were out on a lake and he was like, "Oh, I was just horsing around," and she was like, "You know, in hindsight, I don't think he was." And I'm like, "Yeah,
God.
I don't either."
Oh, that's crazy. Ooh.
Mischievous sense of humor. Ugh.
Oh my gosh, I don't like that.
No, I'll be honest, I don't care for it either.
Oh, this is so crazy. Okay.
Cassie.
Breathe. Everybody breathe. Let's take a collective breath. In and out.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to get into the moon now. The moon represents the emotional responses, unconscious predestination, and self-image. The moon represents the emotions, and the moon sign shows how a person expresses themselves when at home, at ease, and comfortable.
Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't want to. I don't want to.
His moon is in Sagittarius.
Wow. Real saggy energy.
Yeah, he has a lot of it. More than anything, lunar Sagittarians have a need for personal freedom and space, which we've heard.
Oh my God.
They are extraordinarily happy and easygoing folk as long as they don't feel caged in or cooped up.
Stop it. Oh my God. How many times do I have to mention this upper?
It's literally through this whole thing, you guys. It's throughout the entire thing. It's so funny.
Oh my God.
Lunar Sagittarians have a simultaneous need for activity. Oh, simultaneous. What is this word? Caitlin, help.
Simultaneous.
I said it right. I said it right the first time.
Did you? I don't think it sounded right.
I said simultaneous, but then I thought it was saying stimulus after I read it because I was switching letters around in my head.
Yeah.
What does simultaneous need for activity mean?
So Oh my God. Whew. Okay. So he doesn't want to be caged in. He doesn't want to be cooped up. But it's not just enough for him to have his freedom. He has a simultaneous need for like activity and doing things. Like he's an active person.
I might have clipped out a sentence there, y'all. I think it might have said that. And then I clipped the sentence out.
Mm-hmm.
So my bad on that one. I was like, I feel like that word does not making sense in the sentence.
You're like, what? Simultaneous with what?
I know that exactly. Okay. Sorry. Thanks for clearing that up. So meeting new people, going out in the world and travel are all important to their sense of well-being. It is hard to stay angry at a lunar Sagittarian.
So I've heard.
Yeah. They are so cheerful, upbeat, and their optimism is catchy. He was cheerful and upbeat,
yes,
right?
he was very charismatic and
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was I would say what I've heard him, like the description that I've heard is kind of like two sides of a coin. Where he had this dark side that a lot of people never saw. They didn't ever see that. Very optimistic, very charismatic and funny and like likable.
It gets into some of that later too in this. We're not even close to done.
Cool.
So at one point I might have cut it out. It described them as like a chameleon, which is, I had to cut out a lot and a lot of good stuff. So I highly encourage everyone to go and read the full report because you'll find some cool stuff in there that we didn't have room for.
Or when we do a book review of that book, you can just tune in for the deets on that on the Patreon and you'll be able to go, yep, confirm, can check that box.
Oh my gosh. That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
So many people with this position are outdoorsy types. And when they mean position, it's like where the positioning of the moon.
Yeah.
Okay, so outdoorsy.
I don't like that. And I don't like this next sentence either.
When the going gets tough, these people run away. Oh my God.
Outdoorsy and you like to run away and you like to escape and just hide out in the wilderness.
Oh my gosh. They don't like to be caught up in routine for too long and they simply need to escape. It literally says escape. Escape.
Escape.
Oh my fucking God.
Okay.
There's a blind faith in lunar Sagittarians that is admirable. They simply believe that everything will work out.
He literally thought he was not going to be convicted.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Not much for making detailed plans. People with Moon Sagittarius prefer to wing it. They're very adaptable and generally on the go. Oh boy.
I just can't.
It's too spot on. It's so crazy. I'm hoping that everyone listening kind of knows generally about Ted Bundy. I feel like most people kind of do, especially if you listen to true crime.
Yeah.
But if you don't, I highly encourage you to go maybe like listen to another podcast about it or like watch a documentary there on Netflix or something, just so you kind of get the gist of what we're talking about because it's good.
Yeah. I mean, Zac Efron played him. If that interests you at all.
Oh, it interests me.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. We can have the hots for Zac Efron, but not for Bundy.
Not for
Just
Bundy.
To be clear.
Never Bundy.
Never Bundy.
Hashtag never Bundy.
So this next part, Cassie, because I'm reading ahead because I do that.
Yeah, she's a turd.
Yeah. Well, I've already also read it, so turd yourself. You turd yourself. I think it seems like it would be so counterintuitive to the previous paragraph, but it's like the two sides of the coin.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and the website, when it's going through the initial like description of how it all works, it says some of these are contradictory just like humans are.
Yes.
Totally makes sense. So moving on, he likes family life, peace and quiet. He likes
Mhm.
to stay at home surrounded by loved ones in agreeable circumstances.
Ah!
Strongly influenced by the mother. Can you believe that?
Okay, I don't know how much you know about his mom,
I do. I
but
do. I Googled it because I was like, I feel like there's something there. And I looked it up. And then this next part. Okay. You long for a sense of true belonging, but you may feel quite restless in your search.
Jesus.
Didn't he like never felt like he belonged in his family and like
Yep.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Wait, yeah. Uh
So crazy.
okay, yeah. I'll find a spot to kind of insert some more about that. Just
Okay.
in case there's anybody that's curious, because I think it'll pique their interest in his disgusting case.
Yeah. You might change residence frequently or simply feel the need to make many changes in your home. You are in constant search for the perfect mood and setting, when in fact, a feeling of belonging should be worked on from the inside, from the inside out, not the outside in. So he's like trying to, make his space pretty to feel that sense of belonging when it should have come from inside.
Yeah. So if you didn't know, Ted Bundy actually did commit a fair few petty crimes. He stole everything from, I believe, like sporting equipment to like furniture. And it was all about keeping up appearances.
Oh my God. This is fucking nuts. I'm going to keep saying it and it's going to get annoying. Wow. Should I keep going or do you have more?
I was just going to look at one other thing because I feel like there was something that I saw specific to his mother later on in the script, but okay. If there's not a good spot for us to talk about it, we can talk about it at the end. So,
okay.
Get it, girl.
He may at times suffer from an almost feverish, non-constructive restlessness. He is too susceptible. His life can be full of change, or the emotions are often at a state of flux. Also, frequent changes of mind. He is irritable, stubborn at times due to an inner restlessness that is hard to satisfy.
Yeah, I mean,
sounds about right.
In a nutshell. Yikes.
There is a strong need for closeness, but when people get too close, he can get cagey, as he values his personal freedom just as much.
Huh.
Yeah.
Like when he got engaged, but didn't end up getting married?
He got cagey.
Sure did.
Very perceptive and given to psychoanalyzing people. A strategist.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
Ooh, okay. Favors romantic sexual relationships, giving charm, intrigue, and intelligence. Emotions are big, dark, and mysterious.
Oh my God.
But he embraces these things, instinctively understanding and accepting the many sides and complications of his feelings.
Wow. Yeah. Dude was literally never single. Allegedly had something of a sex drive. And also, yeah, I mean, part of his appeal to even some of the women in his life before they knew about his crimes was that he was very dark, mercurial,
mysterious. Oh my gosh.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's crazy.
All right.
Your turn.
Mercury is in Scorpio, represents communication, Cartesian, and logical spirit.
I don't know what Cartesian means.
I'm not sure that I know how to explain that. I don't think I know enough about it to...
Communication and logic.
Yep. Moving on.
We can probably infer.
Yeah. If you're curious, get yourself a Google machine. He is extremely observant and astute. Oh, always reading between the lines and looking for the real meaning behind things. Like when he realized that people are more trusting of a man who appears to be wounded and more likely to help them. So he used that so that he could more easily victimize people. Huh.
Huh.
Passionate in speech, excellent at strategy, natural psychologist.
Wow.
Did I need to even read those last couple sentences?
Probably not, but I just wanted to like reinforce it.
Wow. Good education. He is cultivated, enjoying literature, family life, and family relationships. Okay. You are an extremely imaginative person who dreams up all sorts of unusual ideas and plans.
Sure does.
I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is definitely some things that he did with remains.
Unusual
I don't
ideas.
I don't like where his imagination goes.
No.
Your thinking is quite subjective and in some cases narrow or biased. You tend to retain a lot of information and are usually quite interested in history, psychology, or politics. Gross. You are not quick to embrace a new idea or plan and can be quite traditional in your thinking. He was a Republican.
See, I didn't know that. Some of these things I added because I was like, I don't know, but like, I feel like Caitlin knows. So I'm going to add it. And I'm glad that I did.
Yeah. He enjoys speaking and writing, and he does both with charm and artistry. Very charming. Charming. Everyone says he was charming.
Isn't that nuts? It literally says these things that like, how much more proof do you need that these birth charts are like actually legit?
It feels pretty legit right now, and I'm scared.
You should be.
You are an excellent conversationalist and can fascinate your partners with your sharp mind. Well, his mind was definitely sharp, had a lot of sharp edges. You love to debate issues just for the mental exercise, which is something he totally fucking did. Even if you don't feel strongly about the position, you argue, you contrarian piece of shit. You play devil's advocate often, and your ideal partner understands that your debates are, in fact, mental exercises, certainly not attacks. Oh my God, his poor girlfriend. Honey. You are also prone to exaggerate or stretch the truth when trying to make your point. I almost can't say it. It's so... Especially when it comes to your own background or experience.
Right.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my God.
He has no specific aim in life. Mr. I was almost a lawyer. He might frequently change jobs or might bore easily. Yes. Needing variety to keep interest in something may be inconsistent but likes change, which gives him the feeling of living intensely. Oh my God. Oh, this is so gross.
Isn't this crazy?
Lots of activity as far as love is concerned. Yes, Ted, we know. Yeah. He fucks. He may enjoy a full sex life. Sure did.
Oh.
Your turn.
But I just want to say real quick too, like as much as we're bashing on these descriptions, we're putting them in the context of Bundy knowing what he did.
Yes.
Like standalone, these are not like bad things. So I just want to put that out there. If this isn't your birth chart, we're not like saying it's bad, but like just relating it to a murderer.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have a rockin' sex life. Bundy should not.
Please no. I don't want any of that.
No.
We're going to move on to Venus. His Venus is in Scorpio. Another Scorpio.
Jesus.
Scorpio represents an interest in emotions and values, exchange, and sharing with others. These people attract others with their intensity and willingness to commit. Their appeal lies in their focus on you and their dedication.
Oh my God. Seriously, it's like they are writing about that very specific relationship. I can't.
I think it gets better too. Venus in Scorpio seems fearless when it comes to intimacy. Potential lovers get the feeling that Venus in Scorpio will never stray, that they are intensely loyal to the one they love. They possess you.
Oh,
and somehow make it seem attractive to be possessed.
Cassie, I'm not okay.
It's so weird and creepy. These
Oh my
people
God.
are very focused on their partners. Depending on your personality, you may find this unnerving or entirely flattering. They have a strong need to control their partner, although this won't be immediately apparent, and they will never admit this.
Yeah, that's how it works. Ah!
Your face is so funny. Their body and soul, love and commitment can be so intense that it eclipses fun and makes loving them a very heavy experience.
I think that's how she would describe it.
Yeah. Ooh. Their emotion and intensity may seem overdone to those looking for a more lighthearted relationship. These people take things to extremes and can be very provocative. Provocative. Okay. Although they want to explore... Oh my God. Okay, this part is gross. Although they want to explore all of your nooks and crannies, they won't always be forthcoming with their own.
No! It's so gross. I don't like it.
If you've upset these lovers, you'll know it. Depending on the moment, Venus and Scorpio will shoot one of the most piercing glares around.
Yeah.
That's like a really big thing. I remember listening to stuff about it is like his glare.
Yes.
Like you can see that flash of like anger in his eyes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I've seen just still shots or even like short audio or not audio, a short video clip of when he has done that, and his eyes do not look human. Okay.
Ooh, I got so many chills reading that. The glare. Oh, it's just so specific too. These are not broad generalizations about people. This is specific stuff. It's crazy.
Okay.
Whichever style they choose, a slighted Scorpio lover is not a pretty sight. These people can be jealous of all of your attachments, but few will admit it.
Oh my God.
They are not afraid of being underhanded in the matters of the heart, and they are experts at cutting through all of the fluff and seeing you for what you are. Still, you may find their conclusions about you seem skewed or mistrustful.
Yikes. This is the one I was waiting for.
Ahead.
Read it.
Your parents' marriage affects your own partnering skills and style more than most.
Okay. So, if you looked up the mom, maybe you know this now. Ted was an embarrassing number of years old, probably, before he realized that he had been born out of wedlock.
Yeah.
And this was deeply upsetting to him. And the man that he grew up believing was his father, I believe the mom and him eventually divorced, I want to say. She was probably doing her best at a lot of things in life, and maybe he felt like not setting a good example for him, and he resented his mother terribly.
Mm-hmm. And that's part of like not feeling like the belonging. I couldn't remember the exact reason, but yeah, now that you bring it up, that's part of his not feeling like he belonged. Oh gosh.
When I read that one, I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, does it make you type in their name? Did they know.
Mm-mm.
They know.
I put Teddy Boi in there.
I am blown away. Okay. Okay.
So I have a couple more sentences on this one. So people usually trust him. He can have a difficult time integrating personal and public or professional lives effectively.
Yeah.
Two sides of the coin thing. That's just more of that, I feel like, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of serial killers struggle with that.
Yeah. Oh, people usually trust him too. Like, yep.
Dude, this guy is just straight up Sagittarius, all up in this bitch. Okay. Mars in, you guessed it, Sagittarius. Mars represents the desire for action and physical energy. When these people get angry, they feel like running. They have to do something, not about it, but something else altogether.
Right. It's like when he is angry about something that he can't do anything about it. So what does he do? Does something else altogether.
Oh.
That's what I got from it.
It's very reminiscent of the chapters where she talks about in their relationship where they would get into fights. And like he would just take off. She would sometimes just like not see him then for days.
Ran away and did something else.
No.
Ooh, this is so crazy.
I hate it. Okay. I need a paper bag. Anger may be deeply felt and possibly deeply buried too. Buried. As a result, it can be difficult for others to pinpoint your true motives. Oh, motives. Oh, geez. And you can be considered a real enigma, which is literally another word that I've heard people that knew him personally use to describe him. And gross.
Oh, creepy.
I want to rip off all of my skin. It doesn't feel good.
No.
You can be passive aggressive in your, oh my fucking God. Okay. I am losing my shit. You can be passive aggressive in your approach to the outside world when younger, which could lead to resentments if you are not careful or confident enough to take a more direct approach to pursuing your desires and expressing your anger.
I feel like he needed this birth chart to steer him in the right direction.
Teddy, use your words. With time and experience, as well as substantial work towards achieving a healthy balance between emotional self-control and expression, you're likely to deal with frustrations in a more empowering way.
This was advice that he really could have used.
Yeah. He is full of contradictions. You don't say. He is original, tending to the eccentric, headstrong, impatient, and sometimes irascible. Okay. Awesome.
Makes sense.
Erratic energy levels, needing to be fully inspired to apply energy to a matter. I mean, yeah. Also, though, same. Yeah. He will fight to the bitter end to overcome hurdles. I don't like that. And has the strength to overcome them. I don't like that.
That's so chilling. Because don't they talk about how strong he was and like when he was attacking people or?
He was not a particularly large or strong man.
Yeah.
The thing that was, I think, the advantage for him was that in the instances where he pretended to be like wounded.
Yeah.
Like he had crutches.
And they weren't expecting him to be as strong.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I think that kind of makes sense because you're like, then in that moment, the whole situation is just totally flipped upside down on you.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Oh, keep going.
Cassie, He likes water, sea voyages. So much so that he may attempt to carry a boat all around a state park for half the goddamn day.
Oh my God. Yeah, I remember he had a boat and stuff and would use it. And
Oh my God.
yeah,
I don't
that's
think
creepy.
he actually liked the water.
But like,
Maybe. I don't know.
he had a boat. I don't know. Ugh.
I don't care for that. Okay. He likes odd people, situations, can often use a gentle approach to pursuing desires. You are generally confident about your own talents, I'll say. You employ strategy when you are going after something, and you are very talented at this, saving time and energy. Except for that one day at Lake Sammamish, right? Am I right?
Where he got fucked up. I think that's part about him winging stuff and thinking it'll work out okay. And yeah.
Yeah. You're naturally very resourceful and usually quite persistent when pursuing a goal. Like when you literally try all day to get someone to help you with this boat. Oh, it's so gross. Okay. You are a wonderful person to be around when there's a crisis. Very little phases you. And you're especially effective when circumstances call for a leader. Love affairs are passionate. There is an instinctive understanding of intensity, the dark side of our natures and passion.
Oh my God.
Caitlin can no longer come to the phone right now. She is catatonic.
Cassie is in the bathroom shitting herself.
Oh, God.
Oh, gosh.
This was the best, worst idea we've ever had.
I know. We're almost done, too. We're almost at the end. We're getting there, guys. Promise. So, his Jupiter is in Scorpio. A lot of Scorpio, Sagittarius.
Scorpio and Sag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It represents expansion and grace, which I don't know if he had any of those things.
I don't like it.
Starts off, he might be tempted to manipulate or exploit to realize plans. No shit.
Okay.
He is rarely satisfied with his achievements unless they are big. He is an opportunist, very resourceful.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Achievements need to be big.
I'm guessing it wasn't that big.
Oh, snap. That was his real problem.
I mean,
so I guess, I don't know how the chart was ordered, but we're going back and talking about his Leo rising sign again, just so you guys know, so you're not confused. Because I was a little bit. Yes. These people cannot help but be noticed. They radiate a special energy and magnetism that gets others' attention. Sometimes it's because they are loud people who pay a lot of attention to their personal appearance, especially their hair.
oh my God. Okay. Well, he was kind of all about his personal appearance and his hair. And if you've ever watched one of these Patreon videos, you'll notice that I spend an inordinate amount of time fucking playing with my hair.
I wonder what your rising sign is.
I don't know.
Huh. Interesting.
I don't know if that's a zodiac thing or an ADHD thing or both. Welcome to the swamp that I am.
Other times it's due to a regal manner that simply demands interest from others. Leo ascended people are very self-aware and body conscious. Body conscious. Oh, okay.
I don't, yeah.
They are acutely aware of others and how they come across.
Okay.
Sounds about right. In fact, these people are especially aware of their personal backdrop. They consider what the people they're with and the environments they are in do to their own image. Often Leo rising natives feel as if they are on stage, even in the privacy of their own homes. So always acting like you're not a murderer.
Yeah.
They are given to rash decisions, temper tantrums, and excess. However, they have plenty of staying power, drive, and idealism to keep them from getting into too much trouble.
I'm uncomfortable with even having this one in common, okay? Because a lot of that.
Well, I mean, he did stay out of trouble for a while because of all of these things too, so. Whew. So at the end of this chart, it was talking about like some of the houses, and it only had like a couple sentences here and there about some of the houses. So I picked one out that was an interesting one, and it was the 12th house. So the 12th house is an area of education and emotion. This is where we meet our karma and deal with endings, and sometimes where we bury things. So that's like what the house represents for everybody.
Okay.
Ted Bundy's Cancer is on Ted Bundy's 12th house.
Oh!
That's me.
Yeah.
About that, it says, problems seem to only come from the family. So that is where the family is where he meets his karma, deals with endings, and sometimes where he buries things. And I feel like that's a good note to end on.
Okay.
This was crazy.
Wow.
I'm jazzed. I don't know if you guys can tell.
I am a lot of things. I am actually kind of excited now for you to start listening to the book.
Yeah.
One of our lovely patrons. Patreonus.
Ooh.
I never know how to say it. I'm like
Patrinus?
yeah.
Patrice. Patrice.
I don't know.
I like it. You guys watch How I Met Your Mother? Patrice.
What was I gonna?
I distracted her too much.
I know. Yeah, it's delicate up here. Okay.
I should know better.
No. You're fine. No, you can't be held responsible for that. Are you kidding me? I could have accidentally looked at the ring light and we'd be stuck here for days. No, I was gonna say the other Caitlin actually messaged into us on the Patreon platform and requested it. So I guess this is me confirming.
Yeah, that we're gonna do it.
You see how we just suckered Cassie into it just there? Just kidding. She knew about this.
I know. Yeah. I just need to read it or listen to it.
Yeah, I have the audiobook. I get through books a lot quicker that way. It's just hard, when you're like working full time and trying to maintain a house. Like, yeah. I like to vacuum every once in a while. I mean, I don't, but I like should.
Clean clothes.
I enjoy wearing clean clothing, maintaining my personal hygiene.
I feel like I hope everyone listening is on our side and gets it.
Yeah. So lots of audiobooks when necessary, like the Weyerhaeuser case or Jennings Lodge. We'll pick up an actual book, but
yeah,
it's going to be a minute.
All right. Well, I don't think we're not going to do a tarot reading for this just because those were whatever you said earlier, Caitlin. It was smart.
Oh,
what'd you say about it?
I was gonna. God, oof.
What'd you say an hour ago?
If only I knew. No, I think what I was kind of thinking is it would be sort of like doubling up. I mean, I think we didn't cover Ted Bundy as a case because typically we go to the tarot for kind of additional insight and in this case, I think we already had that baseline information. And so this was like our tarot this week. So
like our insight. Yeah. Into Ted Bundy's personality.
Yeah. And I'm so sorry because an hour ago, I know I probably said it better, but what are you going to do?
No, that was right. That was what I was going for. So.
Oh, excellent. Okay, cool. A++.
I just have scrambled Ted Bundy eggs in my brain right now, and I can't think of things to say. So
like spider eggs, but worse.
Ew, with like little. Oh, I just pictured little spiders with Ted Bundy heads running around.
Oh my God, I have to go. My nightmares are.
I'm gonna pee my.
I can't. What? You put that in my brain.
I am so sorry. Oh my God. All right. Well, should we go before I say anything else that is truly disturbing?
Probably.
Okay. I forgot something. I forgot a thing. This is crazy. Okay.
What?
This was yesterday. I went to ABV. Have you been there? It's it's like a bottle shop, tap room, restaurant. So I went there yesterday. It's in Hillsborough. And they have just fridges of like beer cans and bottles everywhere.
So much beer.
And I picked up one because for obvious reasons, I shop labels. It has a skeleton.
Oh my gosh.
Torso on it with like a pretty red flower. And I didn't know what the beer was. It turned out to be an IPA. I didn't care. I just wanted the can because it's cute. And I was looking at the can and I was like, oh, it says Pop Crimes on it.
Pop
So I was
Crimes.
like, oh, so it's called Pop Crimes, I guess. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Pop Crimes, like that kind of relates. Maybe I'll talk about this on the podcast. Get to looking around the can. You're going to shit your pants. This is crazy. I get to looking around the can. Oh, the ABV is 10%, blah, blah, blah. It says next to that, Burlington, Vermont. I am not fucking shitting you. I don't know if I can do it on the thing. I'll take a picture of it.
Yeah, we're going to put that up.
It says Burlington, Vermont on it. This is after I took it home. I mean, we were planning this. I think I wrote this episode the day before, the night before. We'd been planning it. And then I take this home on accident. Like, what? I can't believe I almost forgot that, too. That was kind of important.
Oh, my gosh.
It's just the weirdest thing.
Well, I think it's kind of funny that came as, like, an afterthought to you, too. Because you were just getting it because you're like, oh, cute. Like, cute can. Mm-hmm. Like, label.
And it was the only one. It was the only can in that section. It's all dented and stuff. And I almost didn't buy it. But I was like, no, whatever. You can still see the label. Like, it's really cool. I'm buying this. I had to have it for whatever reason. Don't even like IPAs.
Cassie.
And it's from fucking Burlington, Vermont. Like, I can't.
No, you cannot.
Shout out to my friend Desiree, by the way, for buying me lunch. She actually purchased that can for me. So,
oh, Desiree.
It's going to be, I'll have to tell her to listen to this and see what came of the can.
Yeah. Woo woo.
So I have other witnesses there that I did not look at that before I left.
Yeah, seriously. Well, even if you had, what are the odds that you would find that? And it just like is so relevant to what we're talking about today.
It's so weird. The shit happens and it just makes you feel like, hey, you're on the right track in life. These little breadcrumbs and tidbits of like alignment. And I feel like we're doing something really cool right now too. I was telling her, I was like, I've never really heard anyone go over like a murderer's birth chart before. Like, I think this is a really cool thing and people are going to love it. So
yeah. Well, and it's a great one to start with because, we're never really going to talk about anything to do with his case in any other scenario ever. Maybe the book review. Okay, but you know what? Sometimes I lie. It's always on accident, okay?
But we're never going to cover his actual case. We're never going to talk about it like we said or like we do with other people. So
Exactly.
This is a good way to cover
It
it,
was-
but not
was
actually
a
cover it.
loophole, okay?
Yeah. It was an April Fool's Eve.
But yeah, I mean, I think this was a good one because everybody knows, at least one or two little factoids, or you know something about him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's hard to go anywhere on planet Earth and find someone who doesn't know about his case. So this was a good one to start with because, you guys can all look at this and go, wow, like this gels because you know the facts of the case. And, I didn't go super in depth and I did not brush up on anything related to the case prior to us doing this. And this is all just kind of from my memory and, specifically from that book. So I'm excited because, Cassie, you were...
Yeah.
If you think you were shitting your pants while we were reading this, wait until you read that book.
Oh, you're going to have to go through the full birth chart too and see because there was a lot more in there. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Should we actually go now?
This is actually goodbye. I'm going to call you. I'll just FaceTime you.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a creepy ass day. See you next Tuesday.
Never Bundy. So for all of you that are listening, if you have any true crime or paranormal stories that you want us to share, maybe with the whole Pacific Northwest.
Yes, we would love to read them on the pod.
Yes, we will read them out loud.
Not just in our heads.
Yes. They don't have to be from the Pacific Northwest if you would like to share. Email us at pnwhuntsandhomicides@gmail.com. It's all spelled out, no special characters. Super duper easy peasy.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Same thing as the email at pnwhuntsandhomicides, all spelled out, no special characters. Please also rate and review us on whatever platform you're listening to, and check out our stories on social media because our meme game is hot.
Agreed.
And if you agree, like Caitlin, you can also find us on Patreon and support the show.
Bitchin'. Now you guys can see how incredibly difficult this is. We literally can never time this out correctly on Zoom. It's impossible.
No.
It can't be
eye
done.
contact. We need to feel each other's energy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to leave that whole thing in Patreon. I'm going to slice it together nice for the real episode, but Patreon, you can have all of the shenanigans.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Only because I don't want to edit the video.